Come back on this Friday, day 3 of red flag conditions, and still need to play it very safe out there.
Yeah, and just in this morning, now it's been extended. There will be a day 4 where that red flag warning is active. And we do want to show you this right now. We've gotten several calls into our newsroom about a fire going on, and this is a live look from the Alert Wildfire camera located on Doe Mill Road. Now that is up just off Highway 32 in Butte County. And what we are seeing right now, you can see this fire right here. We've seen helicopters giving this a little bit of an air attack already today. We are keeping a very close eye on this. Due to the strong winds and the dry conditions, fire danger critically high today, and a red flag warning is in effect right now. And as I'd mentioned just a second ago, that has been extended. Let's go ahead and take that red flag warning. And what we're seeing out there for today, winds very gusty out of the north if you're in the valley, out of the north and east if you're in areas of the foothills or Sierra. So that's the big problem we have for today. Fires could start very easily due to the dry conditions and spread rapidly due to the strong winds we're tracking across our region. Now, what's going on as we move forward? We're going to continue to see that red flag warning now in effect through 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. That's extended from 6 p.m. this evening. Temperatures mid 80s to low 90s for the valley. This is already above average for this time of year, and we're going to see some areas pushing triple-digit heat this afternoon. Low to mid 80s in the foothills right now, 60s to 70s in the Sierra, 70s to 80s already in the northern mountains. And humidity already dangerously low, around 10% in many areas of the valley, 20% or around that range for most mountain areas. So it's very dry out there, and winds are strong right now. We're still seeing gusts in the Feather River Canyon out of the northeast, upwards of 40 miles an hour. Sustained winds, 22 miles an hour right now for Redding, 18 miles an hour out of the north in Red Bluff. So those winds continuing to gust up to around 35 miles an hour for the valley today. Overnight tonight, we could be looking at more gusts up to around 50 miles an hour in the Feather River Canyon. This is a big issue for us right now with how dry those fuels are. Finally, tomorrow afternoon, we start to see those winds slacking, but through tomorrow morning, winds still a big issue in our forecast. Now, FUTURECAST fire danger data showing you the worst of it today, west of I-5 in the valley, Redding just to the east of I-5 as well, and then the canyon areas in the foothills of Butte County. Heading into the afternoon, it's the same areas, mainly those foothill and canyon areas and the north edge of the valley, and then overnight we start to see that subsiding, but tomorrow morning that lingers in that Feather River Canyon area. Satellite and radar showing you clear skies overhead right now. High pressure is off the coast, and this is building in. It's still interacting with that low pressure we have off to our east in the Rockies, driving those gusty winds, really leaving us with these dry conditions. Now, the good news is tomorrow afternoon, that low pressure moving off to the east, high pressure building in. It's staying hot and dry, but it won't be as windy by tomorrow afternoon. That's the change of pace that we're at least hopeful for. The lighter winds on the way, and it looks likely. Temperatures today topping out in the 80s to low 90s in the northern mountains. We'll see mostly mid 70s to lower 80s in the Sierra this afternoon. Foothill areas expected to see mid 80s to low 90s later on today. And if you're in the valley, it's high 90s possible in your forecast. Redding projected to hit 97. 98 is the record for the state, set in 1988. Mid 90s in the mid-valley this afternoon. Winds sustained to 15 miles an hour out of the northwest, but gusts in the valley could still reach 35 miles an hour today. And then in your Storm Tracker 7-day forecast, where your weekend is always in view, winds diminishing tomorrow, low 90s for Chico, high 80s on Sunday. Falling into the mid-80s by the middle of next week. Redding, you'll be seeing mid to high 90s today, potentially hitting the century mark this afternoon, although that does not look very likely. Low 90s through your weekend, and then cooling into the mid to high 80s early to midweek next week. So Linda, fire danger still very high today. It's very important to stay cautious. Fire danger still high into tomorrow morning, but finally dropping through this weekend.